All right, people. I need you up in the control room, right away. Okay, everyone. We all know what's at stake. Beta, Gaia. Not to mention life on Earth. Now, it might seem like the Zeniths are invincible, but they're not. We've got what it takes to break into their base and defeat them. We even have one of them on our side. Tilda, show us the base.
It is constructed atop the ruins of an ancient military facility on an island to the southwest. I can get us inside. To this location. Undetected.
How exactly?
You'll know when you need to. Once inside, our goal will be this structure. The launch tower. Gaia and Beta are being held at the top. But along the way, we will face overwhelming resistance. Most importantly from Gerard, Eric, and the others. But also...
Once I take away their shields, we should be able to deal with them. But it will be easier to deploy the device if someone else is carrying it. I'll need a strong back.
Carry stuff? Yeah, I can do that.
Even if your device works, there will still be Spectre drones, scores of them.
If only we had an army to fight them.
I've got that under control. You'll know when you need to. All right. We'll meet up again just before we go in. Where's the best place to rendezvous?
On the coast, just across from the island. Once there, I'll show you the way.
Okay. I'll let you know when I arrive at the rendezvous point. And then you can join me. In the meantime, do whatever you need to prepare. Understood? You two? A minute? Tilda helped me get in touch with Beta, and she told me something important. There's an installation inside the base. It's called a regulator. Here. Once we're inside, I need you two to split off from everyone else and destroy it. So you'll have to bring explosives. This will help stop the drones. Everything depends on it. You with me? After that, I want you to find a way to infiltrate the Zenith network.
How?
Go over all the data that Beta left behind. She knew how to do it, I'm sure of that.
All right. But why? What am I trying to do?
Find information about the Zeniths. Anything Tilda's not telling us. Silence is right about one thing. There's no way we can take her on her word.
I'll do my best.
Keep her safe, okay?
On my life.
We've never played Machine Strike together.
Oh no. I got enough trouble with Catal.
We're finally doing this.
Never thought I'd be off on a mission to take down a bunch of immortals from the stars. I can hear the drinking songs already.
If that one's not working right, you can have one of my spare focuses, you know.
Yeah, little bugger's got some personality, that's all. Saved my butt with those Spectres. Wouldn't feel right to leave it behind now. You know, besides, it goes with my outfit.
Wouldn't want to spoil your look. Varl made the right call. You know, bringing you here.
Thanks. Yeah, Varl. You know, I never knew he had a sister. I found out a few days before you guys went to Gemini. I was, well, to be honest, I was terrified I'd screw up the mission somehow. So he sat me down for a drink. Just one, mind you. And we talked about family. Vala, Ursa, loss and revenge. How you helped us.
You know, we never did get that drink you promised back in the Embrace. And you never told me exactly how your sister escaped the Mad Sun King.
I guess we never got round to it. World ending and all. No time like the present, though. If you're up for it.
You think it's time for us to finally have that drink?
Yeah? I mean, yeah, of course. Oh.
So, how did Ursa escape Mad Sun King Dran's palace?
Well, first she had to survive the Sun Ring. See, during the war, the Karja threw a prisoner a day in there. And, you know, for what? To die as sacrifices, fighting machines in a pit. Thinking somehow that was gonna appease all the other deranged machines in the world? Ha! And when it was Ursa's turn, the Karja thought she'd go down if they threw a big machine at her.
Oh, but she didn't.
And she defeated all of them. Even got some of Duran's kestrels for good measure. And the Mad Sun King was impressed, I guess. Thought it'd be funny to have her run around his palace as a servant. He enjoyed humiliating her that way.
I remember you telling me something about that. That's how she met Avad. He helped her escape.
Yeah, but what no Karja scroll will ever tell you is how the young prince snuck Ursa out of the palace. He knew their best chance was to get Ursa to blend in, so he got her everything she needed to disguise herself as a Karja noblewoman. Yeah, perfumes, veils, and all.
I get the feeling she wasn't too happy with that.
Oh man, Ursa would have rather fought her way out of that palace with her bare hands than put on all of that Karja eye paint. But Avad insisted it was the only way, so she agreed under one condition. Avad had to dress up as well.
She made Avad dress up like a noblewoman?
As perfumed and powdered as a babe. Ursa said he looked better like that than he ever did in a crown.
That would, definitely make for an interesting sight.
Oh, it worked like a charm, too. Not only did they make it out of the palace, they paid a traveling merchant to get Ursa to the border, and none were the wiser.
You were right. That was a story best told over a drink.
All good stories are.
I guess I should get going.
I'll see you at the rendezvous point, with my hammer ready.
I wouldn't have it any other way. I hope everybody's ready for this. Fighting the Zeniths isn't going to be easy.
Aloy, nothing you do ever is. At least, now you don't have to do it alone.
Thanks. Everyone here, training, working together. If it weren't for Varl, none of it would have happened.
You know, there was this one night, right before Varl left with you to go to Gemini. He realized I was having trouble sleeping. I was nervous about the mission. To be honest, I think we both were. So, he asked me to join him in Gaia's dome. He brought up this hologram of Earth that you two found back in the Zenith launch facility. We sat there, just looking at it. I thought about how Plainsong was just a speck on that great sphere. How every corner of it must be teeming with life. And any fears I had about our mission were gone. I miss him terribly.
I know. You and Aaron seem to be on better terms now.
He may have terrible taste in music, but he did apologize for mocking my tribe. And that ale he keeps raving about isn't half bad. I still plan on beating that stubborn face of his to break our sparring stalemate.
Try not to hurt him too bad. I should go. I'll let you know when I'm ready to head to the base.
Before you do, there is one favor I would ask of you.
What is it?
You placed this focus in my care, and gave me the highest calling an Utaru has ever known. If I should fall in battle, I'd like you to be the one to bury my seed pouch. For the both of us.
So,
make sure you stay alive to do so.
let's just try to all come back home. Okay? You nervous?
I'd be lying if I said I'm not slightly apprehensive.
The plan will work if we all focus on our assignments.
Right. Oh, and there's still something I could use your help with, if you have a moment.
The rest of us should be enough of a distraction to the Zeniths for you to hack into their network undetected. But you'll have to be quick, in case they do.
What exactly do you expect me to find, Aloy?
I don't know. The truth, if we're lucky. Once all this is over, will you go back across the ocean?
I don't know. The more I think about it, the more worried I become. If I go back, I don't even know if they'd let me keep this focus you gave me, or what they'd do to me for reading what is clearly forbidden data. Even if I somehow were allowed to carry on my duties as a diviner, would I be willing to let the truths I've learned about the ancestors be buried away by the Board of Overseers? Would I dare challenge them and risk my family's safety? Or losing Federa?
Who's this Federa you mentioned?
She is another diviner. One of our best. We used to be rivals at the academy. I hated her guts. But apparently there's a fine line between hate and love. We became very close, and then I was assigned to the expedition. She promised she'd wait for me, no matter how long it took.
Well, that was smart of her. She won't do any better.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I do. I want you to know I'm glad you're with us, Alva.
Whatever happens, I'm grateful that the legacy brought us together. I never thought I'd get to actually meet an ancestor.
Come on, do I look that old? Katala will protect you inside the Zenith base.
I'm not afraid. I know Katala will fulfill his duty, as will I. If we die doing so, at least it'll be alongside a friend.
I'd rather you both stay alive, if you don't mind.
We'll try and keep that in mind.
I need to get going.
I'll be at the rendezvous point. May truth lead us to victory.
Huh. The door's unlocked now. Gaia unlocked this room a while back. What are those holograms?
Gaia turned them into a means of tracking rebel activity in the region. It's a useful war map, even now, with holdouts in the camps.
Haven't seen you since the battle at the Grove. How are you holding up?
I saw you fly on the wings of the Ten, and paralyze Regala's army with lightning. I would say that I am inspired.
Thank you, I guess.
It is I who should be thanking you. All that remains is to follow you to the end. Whatever that will be.
We're lucky to have you on our side.
Oh, and by the way, I was hoping we could discuss that personal request I mentioned before, if you have the time.
Did you meet Tilda?
There is something about her that doesn't seem natural. I wouldn't be surprised if my sword went through her and she didn't bleed at all.
Honestly, with her, nothing would surprise me. Things will get ugly once the Zeniths realize we're in their base. You'll need every trick you've ever learned.
I would have it no other way. Many soldiers died in the old world to make sure we stood here today. We will endure on their behalf. Though, I am curious how you intend to defeat the Zenith's defenses without an army of our own.
Leave that to me. Just make sure you're ready to fight.
As you say. You have more than earned my trust.
You said you were training with the Focus?
That's right. I've been watching holograms of your first fight with the Zenith Spectres. They are faster and more agile than any machines I've faced before. How many do the Zeniths have?
I'm not sure. Probably a lot.
I would not wish to face them en masse.
I'm with you there. Must be strange, seeing everything through a focus now.
I can see machines like never before. Their strengths and weaknesses simply reveal themselves to me. To think that such a tiny object might be the most powerful weapon I've ever possessed.
What do you think of this place? It must take some getting used to.
It's an efficient center of operations, and an acceptable training facility. Though it could use some more color.
Duly noted. Anything interesting happen while I was away?
I found an acceptable place to practice with my blade.
Oh, and where's that?
Outside, above the base. There's a nest of sunwings that are always up for a fight.
Ever thought of sparring with something that's not trying to kill you?
That would defeat the purpose of the training.
Found anything interesting during your training?
Gaia told me where to find data on how wars were waged in the old world. I knew the Ten fought against machines, much as we do now, but it seems they were among the last of their kind. Later, machines battled other machines on behalf of greedy leaders, as they vied for lands and spoils. At least the Tenakth have the courage to put their lives on the line when conflicts arise.
There is nobility in that. But maybe we just need fewer conflicts in the first place.
Yes, of course. Hekarro would have it so as well.
How are your studies going?
I wanted to learn more about the world of the Old Ones.
And?
I looked up this pharaoh Gaia said you went looking for, and learned about the plague of machines he unleashed. To think that the ancient world was wiped out by a mistake. A single miscalculation. There is no glory or honor in such a fate. Only hubris and pointless death.
That about sums it up. Think you're ready to put all your training to the test?
I am Tenakth. I am always ready.
Now that training time is over, what's on your mind?
The Bulwark, the Kulrut, and how we need another miracle if we're to survive the Zenith base.
try not to let you down.
I know you will not.
Getting Ether out of the Grove made for quite a spectacle.
One that showed the entire tribe that Hikaru's mission for peace is the correct path, for it is now blessed by the Ten themselves.
Look, I know you're probably not happy about keeping Regala around, but I want her on our side when we fight the Zeniths.
It is more than she deserves. Even so, I will not question your judgment.
Thank you, Katalo. Did you ever get the chance to speak with Varl?
Briefly. He fought well against Regala's troops at Barren Light. Are all Nora as skilled as the two of you?
I'm not exactly one of them. But anyway, the Nora can hold their own. They managed to push the Carja from their lands.
I thought my tribe was the only one to have done that. Impressive.
Does it still hurt?
It comes and goes. I try not to think about it, but its absence is always present for me. It's difficult to explain.
I can't claim to understand. Only empathize.
Then you have my thanks.
Have you spoken with Erend at all?
I've had little chance to. I did see him bring some ale from out east.
That stuff's as bitter as self-brush.
You get used to it, eventually. In fact, I wouldn't mind a drink myself.
I'm sure Erend wouldn't mind sharing. What do Tenakth do to relax? You know, to take a break from training.
We play strike. Your Oseram friend, Erend, is surprisingly good at it, although he has yet to beat me. It helps one think strategically, hones the mind for tactics.
Somehow that still sounds like training. Have you spoken with Alva?
The Quen is peculiar. Nothing like a Tenakth. Her mind is sharp, that much is certain. But it's hard to imagine her surviving in the wilds.
Trust me, she's tougher than she looks.
I will take your word for it.
You nervous about the mission ahead?
If I live, it will be in victory. If I die, it will be in battle. What matters most is that you achieve your objective.
I'll do my best. We didn't really get to talk about what happened at Gemini.
There was nothing more to say. If he were Tenakth, Varl's bravery would have earned him sacred burial at the Grove, among the most distinguished of our tribe's warriors. His deeds were worthy of the Ten. When the fight is done, I will have the Inkers etch his memory on my skin, so that it may live on.
I'm sure he'd be honored. Your people keep mentioning the wings of the Ten. What exactly does it mean?
The visions tell us that the Ten flew on great metal machines with wings, and leapt into battle from the sky. For us, to imitate this feat is the ultimate expression of martial prowess. It is why the challengers leap into the arena during the Kulrut. And now, you have done it. Like the deeds of the Ten themselves, it will never be forgotten. So, tell me, how did it feel?
I won't lie. Pretty good.
I can only imagine.
I'll see you soon then.
It will be my honor.
There you are. Well done, Aloy. Despite my reservations, you managed to secure Silence and his weapon. You're truly a shining example of Liz's fortitude.
I've been thinking about what you said at your house. How you were friends with Elizabeth. It was more than that. wasn't it?
Perceptive as ever. You're right, we were together for a time.
Okay, so... what happened?
I was an orphan. I had always been alone. By my 30s, I was starting to wonder if that was simply my fate in life. And then I met Liz. We kept running into each other at conferences. We'd have coffee. At some point, it became drinks. I thought it was just shop talk, an exchange of ideas, but then I was surprised at how much I looked forward to seeing her. Soon we were flying halfway across the world every other week just to meet up. For the first time, I didn't feel lonely. I could imagine a future where I wasn't. I think Liz felt the same way at first. She had lost her mother a few years back. I filled a void for her. I know I did. But as time passed, it seemed as though she wanted less, and I wanted more. And so we ended things.
So helping me, restoring Elizabeth's dream, it's what,
A second chance, yes. I made a mistake leaving Earth while Liz stayed behind. I should have done more. So when I saw you, a woman who has carved her own remarkable path, beyond even what made Liz a phenomenon, I knew I had to help you. To do right by her.
Why did you make the data channel look like your house?
I built that house as a shelter to weather any storm. A safe place, not just for me, but for the art stored in its depths. Cultural artifacts of incalculable value. Truly, some of the greatest achievements of human civilization.
And you wanted Beta to see them?
Yes. Her upbringing was so cold and technical. I thought if she could experience Vermeer and Rembrandt, it would bring something else into her life. A heritage every bit as valuable as the scientific and technical data being drummed into her. I'm sorry I had to cut off contact, but I'll never regret sharing this house with her. She needed its shelter even more than I did.
Why do you think Elizabeth pulled away?
I've wondered that for 1,000 years. She was brilliant, visionary. She cared so deeply for the world, for the betterment of humanity. But it also felt like she kept everyone at arm's length, including me. She never wanted to share her burdens. I think, in the end, she had a core that she never let anyone be part of. Sometimes I wonder if anyone really knew her.
I found a recording of you and Elizabeth back in the proving lab after Zenith's attempt to steal Gaia.
Yes. A most unpleasant conversation.
She said something after the call. I think she regretted how things ended between you.
Did she? All this time, thank you for telling me. I've always hated that those were the last words we ever said to each other. And that her last impression of me was as a functionary of Zenith, not who I truly am.
You said before that you're not like the other Zeniths. That you never were. But you went along with all of their plans.
Out of necessity. I'm not proud of it. But complicity became a means of survival. Both when Earth was consumed and when the colony on Sirius was destroyed. I did what I had to. But I resolved to remain one step ahead of the others, to try to undo what damage I could. Hence the data channel with Beta. The secret passage into their base and the little trick I pulled to save you.
What else can we expect to find in the Zenith base?
As I mentioned in the briefing, our goal will be the command center. That's where Beta and Gaia are being held. There are also printing facilities where the others have been amassing the natural resources they've stripped from the region.
What for?
First for use in the base's infrastructure, and then to fabricate more Spectre drones, a small army of them. In addition, they've also been ferrying materials to and from our ship in orbit. After hundreds of years luxuriating in our digital comforts, the ship was barely space-worthy when we made our escape. Disaster can strike at any moment. We've learned our lesson.
Have you figured out how Silence's weapon works?
No, and he's been very careful not to allow me near it. I'll admit it bothers me, but regardless of how it functions, I am confident it will deactivate the other shields en masse.
How many of them are in the base?
10, including Eric and Gerard. Only a handful of us made it to our ship when our colony collapsed.
So, Eric. Was he always a bloodthirsty psychopath?
I believe he got worse over time. On Earth, he was the founder of a profitable private military company. A band of cutthroats, in other words. Even as governments abandoned human combatants in favor of automated warfare. He found success with clientele that required a more personal touch. There were also rumors that he personally hunted and killed his targets. On occasion, all for the thrill of it. But on Sirius, he retreated to virtual reality simulations. In them, he could go on rampages as violent as he pleased, though I suspect with diminishing satisfaction.
All of his tribe believes he was one of the greatest people from the old world.
Then they would be quite disappointed to meet him, though I'm sure he'd bask in the adoration.
What can you tell me about Gerard?
He was the head of the world's largest financial conglomerate, and as such had dealings with almost every major corporation. It made him one of the wealthiest people on Earth, and certainly the wealthiest among Far Zenith.
What does one person do with that much money?
Buy more power, more influence. Gerard's always believed himself to be a refined patrician, able to maintain control with a polished smile. But beneath that exterior is a cold and calculating operator. It was his decision to restrict Beta's upbringing to her digital educators, the avatars of the Apollo database, while we were painted as her benefactors.
Well, we'll deal with him soon enough. And the others.
I would very much like to see his face when he realizes we've beaten him.
When I was in the ruins of Vegas, I found data on a man named Stanley Chen. I think he was a Zenith.
Stanley, ever the optimist. He was one of the good ones. When we established our colony, he built an exact replica of Las Vegas in virtual reality. Lights, shows, gambling, every detail perfectly recreated. And while others cloistered themselves in their own fantasies, he flung his doors wide to everyone.
The way you're talking about him, I'm guessing he didn't make it back to Earth?
No, he perished when our colony was destroyed. He would have been thrilled to discover that part of his beloved city survived.
When Beta escaped and hid in an ancient research facility, I saw another one of the Zeniths, Verbena. Who was she?
A dull star amidst a sea of brighter constellations. Unlike most of Far Zenith's members who amassed their wealth through shrewd business deals and technological achievements, Verbena inherited her billions. Her father had achieved great success in the luxury holotourism industry. At age 24, she became the world's most eligible bachelorette, branding herself a life designer. Someone who leverages their fame to influence the choice of others.
What, like a cult?
In a way, yes.
Well, she must have done something right to have survived this long.
She was her own brand of ruthless. That much is true. But even rats can cling to a vessel for escape.
Okay, so I've had run-ins with a handful of Zeniths. What about the rest?
An array of the wealthiest people on Earth. Titans of their industries.
And let me guess, all selfish and ruthless to the core?
Most, but not all. There were a few with whom I got along. Annika Murjani, for instance, was always delightful. She founded the Holonet's most successful dance channel and was herself mesmerizing to watch. And I had fascinating discussions with Song Jiao about her work in cellular biology. Our immortality treatments are due in part to her achievements. But then there were others like Devin Miller, the CEO of a fast food printing corporation. His only real preoccupations were perfecting his golf swing and taking self-hollows. When I think about all of us, we really should have accomplished more. We had eternity.
Okay. I'll let you know when it's time.
I'll be here until then. And thank you, Aloy, for giving me this chance. My past has always been a struggle. More than once I've lost everything. But when I look to the future, I see Liz's dream fulfilled. A universe of new possibilities.
Maybe we can make it happen.
We will. I won't let anything get in the way. I promise you that.
Did you need something? Bravo. You managed to sway a Zenith to your side. Care to explain?
Not a chance. I thought you said the weapon was ready.
There's always room to optimize. But that's not why you're here. I assume you want to comprehend my undertakings. So, ask away.
Since when were you so forthcoming?
Since you turned this into a waiting game. And as it seems you have found modest success, perhaps I'm willing to be generous.
Okay, so your big plan, everything you've been manipulating for the last few months. Let me see if I got this straight. You learned about the Zeniths from Hades when you interrogated it. Then you came up with a plan to defeat them by using a Tenakth army and that weapon. And to get the Tenakth to fight for you, or rather the Sons of Prometheus, armed Regala's rebels with override tech.
Did you have an actual question, or are you still playing catch-up?
So all this time, even before I found the coordinates at the Spire, you were out here scheming. Why couldn't you just tell me?
When I learned of the Zenith's return to Earth, I laid out my plans. I knew I would one day require an army of overzealous Tenakth to assault the Zenith base. The casualties would be extreme. And I knew you would never allow such a sacrifice, no matter how necessary. Thus, I devised a means to remove your interference from the equation at the Hades Proving Lab.
You wanted me to surrender to the Zenith at the Hades Proving Lab. They almost killed me.
Based on everything I knew about them, I concluded they would find you a useful asset, thereby keeping you out of harm's way and, more importantly, out of my way.
So you really didn't know they had their own clone of Elizabeth?
No. Unfortunately, there was no way I could have known that particular detail.
Detail? Well, I guess if it wasn't for that, we wouldn't be here today. Tell me about the weapon. How does it work?
I've upgraded the delivery system. It now emits a wave-like effect covering a significant distance.
That doesn't fully answer my question.
No, but I'd be a fool to reveal its inner workings. After all, why did you withhold your plan for dealing with the Zenith drones? Yes. Even you can appreciate the value of secrecy when warranted. Suffice it to say that the weapon will work. The intricacies of how is knowledge that is mine alone.
Why create the Sons of Prometheus? You didn't need a bunch of Oseram tinkerers to make override tech.
They were a necessary safeguard. My time serving Hades and the Eclipse demonstrated the risks of getting directly involved. Through the Sons of Prometheus, I could execute my plans, all while remaining anonymous.
Why help Regala take over? If you wanted an army, you could have just gone to Hekarro.
Before Regala's rebellion, Hekarro was only concerned with battling machines and fostering friendships with Akarja. Even if I gained his ear, he would never agree to send his forces to battle a threat he couldn't understand.
So helping a bloodthirsty exile was easier?
Yes, exceedingly so. All Regala craved was war against the Karja and anyone who threatens the Tenakth. She would have led the tribe into battle without question, which was precisely what I needed.
While I was out there, I had a couple run-ins with the Quen.
The tribe from across the ocean. And?
Their entire tribe was shaped around the discovery of focuses. One of them, Alva, even joined me here. Don't you want to know more about them?
No. They stumbled upon the greatest technological artifact from the ancient world, and what did they do with it? They shrouded the knowledge they unearthed in mysticism and taboo, creating a pantheon out of corporate shields.
Yes, well, it also led them to Thebes.
Did it now?
So those run-ins with the Quen I mentioned. On one of them I teamed up with their expedition to search Thebes. We found Pharaoh at the end.
You must have needed Omega clearance. So, what was it like?
Worse than you can imagine.
He single-handedly wiped out collective human knowledge. I'm sure it was still less than he deserved.
Let me guess. You would have scraped him into a jar so you could prod his brain, like what you did with Hades.
For a start.
All right, Silence. I think I've talked to you long enough. I'll let you know when it's time to go. And try not to mess with Tilda while you're in here, okay? I don't need the two of you butting heads.
Ah, yes. About your Zenith ally. I wonder if you understand what kind of person you're dealing with. For someone to live as long as she has, outlast as many calamities, well, your goals may be aligned now, but I'd watch for the moment they diverge.
Yeah, I'm aware. Reminds me of someone else I know.
Survival is only a necessity to my greater purpose, Aloy. I'd hoped you'd recognize that by now.
Do you know something or not?
Oh, I know a great deal of things. But on this, just call it a feeling.
Oh, a feeling? You mean you finally had one? Huh. Guess even you can change, Silence.
Just you wait, Laura. We're taking those space like that.
Bien, es hora de entrar al final del juego. Saludos a todos los que andan por aquí. Acabamos con tanto diálogo, tanto monólogo. Mira, si vamos a lo bueno. Solo necesito una antorcha que me permita viajar rápido. Para no hacer largo esto. Ya que después están los motivos y las razones de cada uno. Así que pues, por ahí, fuímonos. sí, el gran final. Lo bueno. Lo que todos quieren ver, catorrazos. Ahora sí. No te preocupes porque ya se viene los trancazos, la acción pura y dura, el golpe de metate. Y bueno, para acá. Disfrutemos los últimos tramos del paisaje libre porque después de esto no va a haber nada de nada. Y honestamente la belleza de este juego es fantástica. Quiero agradecer a las personitas que se andan pasando por acá, en la roja, en la azul, en la morada. No importa que sean poquitos, pero con que estén aquí te los agradezco muchísimo. Pues el saludo ya andamos, más o menos, pues ahí vamos. Nada definitivo todavía, pero espero que pronto sea así. Y mientras, pues vamos a terminar este juego, a sacarlo de la lista. Mañana
Thanks. I'll look into it when I can. There it is. The Zenith base.
mañana estaríamos cerrando el Kirby, si todo sale bien. Y vamos a irnos acercando acá a la base de estos niños feos de Zenith. Ir bajando de a poco. No sin antes, claro, activar la antorcha. Esta que está aquí. Total que nos deja cerquita de la torre. Ahí está. Tenemos la antorcha. Ven por acá, voy por las palomas, la gomichela. Pues adelante, aprovecha. Lo que te guste, lo que te sirva.
There. I'll make the point. I should take care of everything I can before calling in the others to attack the Zenith base.
Listo. Y ahora sí, vamos por lo bueno.
Okay, everyone. I'm at the rendezvous point. It's time to rescue Beta and Gaia.
Understood, Aloy. We're on our way.
Aloy,
Where are the others?
not far behind.
Egghead here couldn't stand traveling with the pack.
Are we all here? Then let's begin.
A tunnel.
An ancient escape route from the ruins on the island. When I realized it ran all the way across the water, I thought it might prove useful to come and go undetected. So I concealed it from the others. Shall we?
I wish there was a less pungent way to get way inside the base.
Agreed.
There's the launch tower. That plane offers a little cover, so the only viable path is through there. There will be Spectres guarding it, and many more can be deployed from those hangars.
All right. Alva, Catalo, get to it.
Where are they going?
Somewhere important. Erend, you're with me. You guys, take the high ground in case we need covering fire.
Tactically sound, I suppose. What will she do?
There's a sensor node nearby. If I hack into it, I should be able to scramble the network and keep you undetected. But not for long.
Then we should proceed.
One more thing. Open up the channel to Beta. Audio only.
Aloy,
We're here, and we're coming for you. You know what to do, right?
as long as you hold up your end.
We will. See you soon.
Be careful.
Let's go.
Pues ya,
Get to the launch
fíjate,
tower
bueno.
as quickly as possible. I'll do my best to conceal our intrusion.
A ver,
Aloy. Spectres ahead.
Company. Follow my lead.
That's what I do.
esto va a estar fantabuloso.
Should try something other than fire.
Estos espectros me caen re mal, tienen mucha armadura. Son bien duros, difíciles de vencer. No se andan con tarugadas además. Pero si hacemos el estilo bien, no debe de haber ningún problema con estos bichos raros. Es que el primer combate contra él casi me matan. Tomar todo todito, no dejar nada al azar. ¿Podemos matarlos? Tal vez. Porque realmente no es algo que diga recomendable. Civil contra el veneno. Ok, pues bueno, vamos a intentarlo, ¿no? Total. ¿Qué es lo que puede salir mal?
I'll follow you in.
Así le puedo hacer un golpecito de sigilo, no creo.
Well, I'll just leave it here then. This'll help.
Híjole. Un golpe crítico me ayudaría mucho contra este cuartel, pero muchísimo.
Hey, watch this. Idiot beats hammer.
There, let the acid do its job.
Then she moves.
Ni modo, pero hay que reventarlos con ácido de estas partes.
Aloy, you okay?
Bien.
Need this.
Me iba a ir collonamente, pero... sí, vamos a vencer. Total, mucho me aguantaron con tanta cinemática, lo justo es un poco de trancado. un poco menos de armadura este pato. Hijo de su... ¡Al dormir! Que terminen de envenenarlo. Sí, así. Venenazo. Ahí está. Listo para crítico. Lo bueno es que entre ellos se hacen daño. Así que eso me sirve. ¿Se me acabó? Uy, espérate. Y ahora, corre, corre. Vamos a bajar al que ya está débil. Rápido el escudo, porque se necesita sí o sí. Si no, nos van a matar. Hijo de su... Al dormir. Levántate, levántate, mijo. Porque lo necesitamos. Sí. Ahorita lo logro en un segundo, pero está aquí. Rápido, corre, 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 hay que aprovechar el crítico. Listo, uno menos. Hijo de su... Mal dormir. Muy bien, estamos en serios problemas. Muy serios problemas. Lo rápido que somos estos fulanos. Hay que quitarle armas a este cuate. Rápido. No, ya no puede ser veneno. Saludos, saludos. Ya está, bienvenido. Listo. Ya se quedó sin armas y está a punto de morir de un flechazo. Hijo de su... mendigo espectro.
I think you're right.
Listo. Dios, qué dolor de cabeza con estos fulanos. Son horribles. Pero ahí quedó. Mire, podemos haber usado sus propias armas. De hecho, ayuda bastante. Vamos a tomar la poca marihuana que hay por aquí. Y yo creo que mañana o el viernes ya estamos con él en fin de vuelta. Z, bienvenido, buena noche. a ti y a todos los que se andan dando un paseito al final del juego. Uf, ya es el tramo hacia la batalla culminante. No sabemos qué va a pasar. Me pude haber ido de largo, pero la neta es que
Let's climb up to it.
todo con tal de compensarles tanto bla bla bla.
We should move on.
Ok, dame un segundo. A ver si no hay más plantitas o algo. No tienes que subir. Muy bien. Tiene que treparse, nada más déjame ver por dónde.
What's in this backpack, metal bricks?
Aloy, Alva and I are closing in on the regulator.
Keep me posted.
It's creepy in here.
Don't worry. I'll protect you.
Vamos, camino. Por acá, Velociraptor combinado con un Walker Gear y Terminator. No me parece tan descabellado, debo decir. Honestamente. Hago que la canción. Lo que no me está saliendo es el salto hacia allá. Que lo que quiero es sí o sí bajar.
I wish I had a glider. I guess I'll find another way. Can we please leave the cave now?
Ahora sí. No tengo idea de cómo rayos llegó él allá. Pero... hay que buscar el siguiente camino. Y ahí está del otro lado de la pared.
Let's go, Aloy. It stinks in here.
Vámonos, para arriba y fuera.
I'm not really built for climbing.
We killed a great many when we landed here. Their salvage may prove useful to you now.
Fantástico. Dios, regresamos a lo mismo.
Oh, I hate caves.
Another Spectre.
Sneak or fight, you choose.
Más toda la hierbita
Just here.
por aquí.
It's not beer, but it'll do.
Did not see us.
Y no sé si voy a poder vencer a este. No me alcanza.
I'll use acid against it.
I heard that. Hey,
Y ya está.
Aloy!
Aloy's under attack! Cover her!
Firing!
Hey, Aloy!
Saludos, Raúl, ¿cómo estás?
Oh, it looks like Zoe's giving us some supporting fire.
Bienvenido a lo que sería el cuarto final del juego.
And this thing is melting down. You're like a man. Or a woman. Sorry, Aloy. How you sitting this one?
enemigo. Hay que huir de él. Mira, nada más no tengo que pegar el collón. Listo.
Better than any Oseram.
Any good loot?
A little.
Reventado al mendigo espectro. A ver. Saludos a Ferney, Eric, Larios, ¿cómo están? Buenas. Bienvenidos. Aquí estamos con Horizon. Tratando de no morir en el intento. A poner combo, podemos poner este trancazo. Hay mucho de donde elegir, honestamente, pero déjenme ver. Que estén más tiempo energizados me vendrían bien. Ahora sí, continuamos. Estamos a 510 metros del objetivo. Nada más me queda agarrar la poca hierbabuena que nos den por aquí, porque ya no tengo curaciones para llevar ni para fabricar. Esto se va a poner muy feo. Esto. Tenemos la maderita. A ver el camino. Ve la torre. Ok. Supongo que hay que bajar aquí.
Come on, Aloy, let's go. Hey, you okay?
Yeah. I'll find a way back up.
Por acá lleva de la buena de la que te hace volar. Pues eso dicen, pero quién sabe, mijo. Quién sabe. ¿Cómo has estado? Buenas. ¿Cómo les va? ¿Listos para ver el finalito? Ok. No es por aquí, y no, por allá. Supongo que hay que subir. No me queda muy clara la ruta, honestamente. No me salen lugares para treparme, de hecho. Ese era el ideal. Aquí venimos, de hecho. Que no tiene mucho caso bajarme acá. Los materiales que veo, yo supongo que quiten. Primero aquí. Planear.
Where'd you go?
Just need to climb back up.
Caray. Saludos, Sando, bienvenido. Espero estés bien. Buenas noches. Estamos aquí tratando de averiguar por dónde caramba se sube para continuar la misión, porque no me queda claro desde dónde hay que hacer el gancho. No sé si se pueda aquí. A ver, primero hacemos esto. No parece querer treparse a ningún lado esta mujer. Ya nada más no sube. ¿Me salen otras secciones para subirme?
can't wait around, okay?
Tomar la hierba buena, la que siempre ayuda. ¿Cómo no? Ahí está.
Tired yet?
Yep.
Gracias por los abracitos también para ti y a todos los que están aquí presentes.
Yeah. Clear those weeds. Pick it up.
Estamos con el final.
Here we go.
Este es bastante interesante y es muy fastidioso lidiar con los mendigos de espectro.
We can take this one, Aloy. Keep moving.
Yeah. Now's your chance.
Hay que tratar de hacerle daño a este cuate.
Hey, you wishing you picked another fight yet?
Y ahí está. Flechando bien aplicado el mondrigo.
That Stormbird carcass should get us over the gap.
I hate Stormbird. But I guess, yeah, definitely. Hey, you remember the good old days when our only worry was whether Meridian would be destroyed? You know, instead of the whole world?
Oh yeah. Good times.
Cuidadito, cuidadito, ya cada vez estamos más cerca. De nada, también ya sabes que va expreso para ti y todos los presentes el mismo sentimiento. A ver, voy a darle un buen flechazo en la buena maceta.
It's here when you want it. Live long, kill your ass.
Hijo de tu. No te vas a salvar. Ahí está, eres mío. Me gusta 70 por acá, Tondo. Bienvenido, bienvenido, buenas noches. Mendigo, no me está dejando hacer el crítico. Mira más como fueron bien bravos. Eres mío. Necesito agarrar el arma de estos. Se supone que ya te lo separé, pero nomás no. Vamos a tener que ir de aquí. Mira, no me dejan hacer nada. Así son de mañosotes y trampas. Levántate, mujer. Hay que salvarlo.
Yeah, sorry about that.
That counts.
No, ya no tengo cómo curar. No, ya fue. ¡Ah, menos que usé esto! Voy a reventar a mendigo de más asqueroso. Y super tramposo además.
Can't beat us around for. It's getting embarrassing.
Uf, apenitas.
I think that's all of them. Let's push on.
Apenas lo pude ganar.
What do you get?
Están bien
Just some parts.
rudos. A duras penas sobreviví. Ya nada más me queda ver si encuentro vallas. Porque no hay. Más plan. Fui al mínimo de los mínimos literal. Pero ahí iba a tener la pena con todas las cosas en contra. Plantita número 1, plantita 2. Lanzadiscos, ya pa' qué.
Here, up this rock.
Últimas curaciones. No me dejé nada porque si me voy en ceros estoy bien morida. Intenta tomar todo cuando dejen estos planos horribles. Bien. Pues ya me curé. Menos mal. Sigamos para arriba. No entiendo por qué no se sube esta mujer. Ah, ok, ya. Y pues bienvenido de vuelta, estando como verte por acá. Con el final del juego. Dios, que se pone bien intensa esta parte. Lo digo, me pude haber ido en sigilo, pero ustedes me aguantaron la sección de bla bla bla. Que lo justo era un poco de acción a costa de mi sufrimiento personal. Okay. Es del otro lado, pero no me queda claro por dónde hay que sujetarse para poder pasar al otro lado. Supongo que se estuve por ahí, pero a ver, sí, aquí no acá.
Going as fast as we can. You all right?
Sort of.
Ya nos estamos acercando. Hay un poco de hierba buena para salvarnos la vida.
Clever one. More than we want to fight at once, that's for sure.
Ya me vio otro de esos cochinos drones. Me purgan, los desprecio profundamente. Si bien aplicado esto, se va a morir. Rapidísimo. Así, disparo normal.
Come on. Up the slab.
Aloy, Alva and I are in position.
Do it. Blow the regulator.
A moment while I ignite the charges.
Listo. Listo. Se alcanza el peligro. Para marcar el tiempo es ahora.
Looks
¿Me
like the others
podrías
have things under
decir
control.
de dónde viene dicha canción? Porque no ubico.
Wow.
Vamos a tomar esto. Me aseguro de no dejar ninguna plantita, porque sin ellas sí me va a llevar la cachetada. Literal.
You shoot like an artillery, Aloy!
I'm coming for you next.
Están debilitándose, bueno. Listo. Todo sea por un poco de experiencia. En el segundo ponemos Z cuando Gohan ya está adolescente. Ay, tiene mucho que no lo escucho. Tiene mucho que no veo eso.
Alva and Katalo did their job. Now it's Beta's turn.
Aloy? I think we're in trouble.
Whatever you plan to do to stop those specters, you better do it now.
I'm not doing anything. Beta will. She just needs a little time.
Time that we don't have.
Come on, Beta, come on.
What is that?
Our army.
I think you got their attention.
Very clever. You had Beta inject Hephaestus into the base's printer matrix.
Which is faster and more powerful than any cauldron.
Now we can crank our machines to its heart's content. Come on. Let's get to the launch tower before this whole place becomes a war zone.
Your maneuver, as clever as it is, means that Hephaestus has escaped containment. It will no doubt flew back to the Cauldron network.
We grabbed it once, we'll get it again.
Or find a way to replicate its functionality, perhaps. The Apollo database.
Pues como dice por aquí Raúl, ahí tienen a sus Zoids matándose unos a otros. Mientras vamos a colarnos a la base de los Zenith.
In case we don't make it, I just have one regret.
What is it?
We had to do all this climbing.
That a big rock might give us a bridge to get up and through.
Gotcha.
Gran materiales.
This one, all the specters are fighting our machines.
Ah, that'd have made it nice and easy. grab it if you need it. Live long, kill your enemies. Ah, come on!
Tratar de marear a estos tontos. Mientras no puedan ver bien de dónde se les pega, mejor para mí. Lo que me chuques, lo super sensible que es la puntería, aún así. Porque le trata de dar su besito y se mueve un chingo. Listo. Ahí vamos, uno menos. Dios. Agarran experiencia para vencer a estos miserables. Son bastante rudos. Caen mal. Flechazos de los buenos. Le noten. Pero pégale, manito. ¿Qué estás esperando? Lo tienes ahí y no le haces nada.
I love this hammer.
Ya, ¿para qué explota? Qué tontería. Explotó cuando ya no tenía caso. Me choco cuando pasa esto, en serio. Tan trolazo. tomar todo esto. Era cualquier recurso, todo, porque como ya no tengo nada de donde batallar, farmear y esto, pues ni modo, a rascarle de donde sea. Hay que avanzar. La pregunta es, ¿para dónde? Y se seca.
This way.
Big jump. To the right, I think.
No, hombre, me salió mago este cuate. Venía atrás de mí, de la nada aparece a la derecha. Okay. La pregunta es, ¿verdad? ¿Por dónde subimos? Ok, hacia acá. Pues va.
And now to the left.
Bastante materiales como se pueda.
You can get to the launch tower through the hangar up ahead. I'm heading over to join you now. The hangar's in bad shape, but I can see the way in. Hurry, Aloy!
Ya me lo vamos, solo hay que tomar todos estos materiales. Que vamos al mínimo.
It's here when another one.
By the blood of the Ten!
I've got an angle.
As do I. We'll assist you, Aloy. Got your back, Aloy.
Are you sick?
Hijo de eso.
Can't beat us around.
Good work, everyone. Let's go.
Listo. Ay, mendigos espesos. Están cada vez más canijos. Canijos, macizos. Carboncitos. Por no decir otra cosa. A ver. No tengo para hacer esto. Chale. Necesito pociones. Sí o sí me vendrían bien unas pocioncillas. Pero pues no puedo hacerlas aquí. Si me hace de trabajo, olvídalo. No se puede subir. Ok, entonces es por otro lado. Sí, es por otro lado. No es para acá. O sea, técnicamente tendría que ser ahí. pero el camino es por otra parte. A ver.
Whoa. Look at all this Zenith space stuff.
¿Por qué me ponen que para allá? Trato de ir ahí y no deja ver. Se bloquea. Luego parece que puedes bajar aquí. Y tampoco se puede. Para quien entienda. Ah, ok. Ahora sí.
Let's go! This way, demon! This is the death I was promised. Go!
Pues se nos muere la chica ahorita. Vamos a regalar, yo pensé que iba a revivir.
Aloy, it's been intense, but Catalo got me to a network node. I'm trying to get in.
Keep at it. We're almost to the tower.
Cielos. Que pone intenso. A ver. Las pociones se agradecen. Siempre son bienvenidas. Nunca sabes cuándo vas a editar una.
Now we know who's been causing all the fuss. Tilda's little pet.
Silence. Zenith inbound. Can we drop their shields, please?
I'm powering it up. Stay still.
This is pointless. You can't hurt us. Face it, you're worms that ooze to the cracks into our basement.
Silence?
One moment more.
But I might just spare you if you give up Tilda. I think it's safe to say she's forfeited her share of our operation. Permanently.
There.
No? Nothing. Fine. All right, people. Light 'em up! Are we supposed to be scared?
won't take long before he preps the shuttle for launch. Then he'll be able to take Beta and Gaia into orbit and onto the Odyssey beyond our reach.
We gotta go through there?
I failed to see another option.
Then we'll carve a path. Ready?
Get to the top and secure Gaia. I'll stop Gerard.
I gotta get to the top of the tower and free Beta.
Aloy, time, I see. Phil! Apologies for that. We're okay. As long as Alva hurries.
I'm almost into the network!
Just do the best you can. Okay, an elevator. Promising.
¿Se está poniendo bueno esto? Prepárense.
You got some unfinished business, little girl.
I don't need a shield to take you out.
Trust me, you're gonna wish you had one.
But all good things must come to an end. Is that right, little mouse?
I can keep going.
I'm taking you down!
Bueno, vamos a tener que echarle veneno porque parece que es lo que más ha servido de este parte.
Whoa! I can't let him catch me.
Not much without your shield, are ya?
Hijo, le pega rudo este cuate. Necesito tener como atacarle a este fulano, pero no tengo cómo.
You're done for!
Necesito hierbas, algo, porque no tengo nada de curación.
This is the end for you!
Viene siguiendo, yo corriendo coyunamente de la forma más campal posible, porque tengo que encontrar recursos. Lo que sea es bueno, porque así como estoy me va a matar. Time to shut you up. Dios mío. Qué coraje no tener suficiente para... Miren al fuego y al frío. Ya tenemos chance aquí con esto. Esferas criogénicas. Hijo de eso. Mal dormir. Y me choca porque me habían dado unas pociones y no entiendo por qué rayos no las tengo aquí en la bolsa.
I can't let him catch me.
Más de nuevo. Ah, no le dio, le pasó entre las patas. ¿Qué robo? Le pasó entre las patas. Ahora que me quita este desgraciado nada más por hacer campo de fuerza cercana.
This is the end for you!
Ah, qué bien collones este pase.
Time to shut you up!
Le paso por entre las patas. No manches. Otra vez.
and me.
I'm on my way to help. Just need to find my way in there.
Let me taste the blood.
Muy raro asqueroso este padre. Y luego hacer el juego sucio. Apuro esperarle porque este muchacho no está jugando bien. Que le quito un golpe en donde más le duele. Saca la flecha rápido.
I almost forgot what it was like to hurt.
Now we're having fun, right? You okay?
I will be. In time. Go. Rescue your sister. I'll regroup with the others and make sure they're all right.
I better take the lift.
Está, cayó, dejándolo sin hijos al pobre.
Looks like the machine's inspectors have almost wiped each other out. What was that?
Aloy, Gerard just activated the self-destruct failsafe on the printing matrix. He's taking control of a number of systems.
Including the lift?
I'm afraid so. He's restricted its access to the top. You'll have to climb from there. I have to go. I almost have.
Pues bien, nos dejaron sin elevador, así que a subir por la mala. Y no te preocupes, no tengan miedo. Vamos a terminar. Cueste lo que cueste.
Alright. Is everyone alright down there?
Mostly. We're cleaning up the last few specters.
What about the Zeniths?
Dead, I think. Zoe told me you got Eric. Good work.
Yeah. Thanks. I guess only Tilda and Gerard are left then.
Aloy, you there? Listen, I got into the network, but only for a minute before I was shut out. I found a bunch of flight plans and trajectories, as if the Zeniths were planning to leave Earth.
Doesn't make any sense.
I know, but there's more. The files I found have a lot of references to something called Nemesis. Whatever it is, the Zeniths are afraid of it.
Alva? Alva! What's going on here? Maybe Sarah can help me figure it out. If she's okay.
Pues esto se está poniendo interesante. Resulta que quieren irse de la Tierra. Entonces, ¿a qué diablos están jugando estos señores? Saludos, Manuel. Buenas, buenas, bienvenido al final del juego. Ya estamos en la parte más emocionante, el Zenith de la aventura. Y estoy sin recursos, literal. Tengo nada de nada para craftear. Así que esto lo hace todavía más doloroso e interesante. Buenas nochecillas, ¿cómo te va? Bienvenidísimo. Mira, ya recuperamos. ¡Ah, no, qué torpe! Vamos a... Hija de su... Se toma algo que no debía esta mujer y ya fue. Por algo que sí pueda fabricar esta mujer. No, no puede tampoco. Vale, gorro. Tampoco la puede hacer. Esto sí. Listo. No tiene nada más lo que necesito porque ya no me cabe más. Fabricarse unos buenos tacos se me antojaría, la neta. De todo corazón. Claro que sí. ¿Cómo no? Yo me encuentro bien, pero no sé cómo están los otros chicos aquí presentes. Porque ya estamos por acabar esto.
Are you okay? Look, I know you've been through a lot, but you have to help me access the Zenith network. I need to see their files, anything referring to the word Nemesis. Okay. Over there. The systems are down all over the base. I should be able to take advantage of... Yes, Nemesis. Here. There's something in deep space. It's following the Zeniths to Earth. Look. Escape vectors. Alva tried to warn me about this. The Zeniths aren't planning to stay here. It's a machine of some kind. Or a swarm of them. The energy readings are astronomical. Aloy, I don't think a natural disaster destroyed the Zenith colony on Sirius. This thing did. Earth isn't a new home for them. It's a way station.
I see you've been busy.
And you've been lying. Nemesis, what is it?
It is us. The minds of Far Zenith. Or failed copies of them, anyway. Back on Sirius, some of my peers weren't satisfied with physical immortality. They wanted digital transcendence. A way to upload their minds into any form, organic or mechanical. Nemesis was a failed experiment to that effect. Abandoned, but never erased. An immense database of our memories, emotions, and prejudices left to fester.
And it destroyed your colony?
We didn't realize it had gained sentience until it broke containment. It had everything it needed from our memories. Security protocols, system specs, override codes. It hacked everything before we knew what hit us. Then it took over our printing facilities, allowing it to gain any machine form it needed to wipe us out.
But why?
Imagine being trapped alone for decades with only the twisted echoes of megalomaniacs for company. It hates us for abandoning it to that prison. And now that it's free, it will do anything to destroy us, including denying us a safe harbor on Earth.
The extinction signal that woke Hades. You didn't send it. Nemesis did.
Finally, you understand. And when that failed, it launched from Sirius to finish the job itself. Which is why we must flee to a random planet circling a random star, somewhere it can never find us.
With Gaia, so you can build yourself a new world.
That's the plan. Even now. Earth is finished, Aloy. Nemesis will scour it of life to deny its creators a viable home. But Elizabeth's dream won't die. You'll come with me to the stars. And with Gaia, we'll create a new world. Together. Where that monstrosity could never find us.
What? No.
I loved Elizabeth. More than you could ever know. And I let her stay behind to die with the rest of humanity. A mistake I have regretted for 1,000 years. Now she stands before me again. Not some inferior copy, but her best possible self. So I'm not asking. You're coming with me. It may seem harsh now, but you'll forgive me in a few centuries.
You can't force me, Tilda. Your shield is gone.
I have something better. Spectre Prime, to me.
Take cover! Get to the door!